Hey y'all, I am back with part two. Wanted to show y'all my moo. I don't know. Yeah, y'all saw this at the moo and mimosa party. This is that special, oops, and y'all can see my hand. This is my special moo that I ordered. I decided to wear it today because it's quite cool outside and this is nice and warm. It's perfect. I am nice and toasty. And this one, it has the pleats all the way down from the top to the bottom. Okay, so just wanted y'all to see that. Okay, so now I'm closing up the house. Oh, first of all, let's check the onion. See it? See how it's filling that bottle? And now that I have my new onions right here, I'll be getting those dehydrated after I finish my cousin's peppers. I'm getting ready to cut the cabbage for tomorrow. Oh, let me get these gloves in the garbage. And look at these peppers that I got, y'all, at the farmer's market. Yes, they were three for $2. Not bad. So that's 75 cents. And they were 75 cents for one. So basically, you saved a quarter by getting three. So this was $2. So I think that's well worth it. Look at the size. And yes, I picked the biggest ones. And when I ran out of the biggest ones, then it went to this size. And then that was the next biggest. But look, I got 3, 6, I got 7 of the humongous ones. And I started to get them all, but I didn't want to be greedy. I didn't want to get them all. They probably had more in a box somewhere or whatever. But in that bin that was there, this is all that was there. So, I mean, it had this, and then I left some. But whoever bought them after me ended up getting them this size, okay? I got the good ones, but see, the early bird catches the worm, because I was out of this house at 6:30 this morning to be there at opening. And I'll tell y'all about that in a minute. And here's that parsnip. So I've got to look on YouTube to find out how is this prepared. I want to taste it before I grow it next year. And it is time. So tomorrow will be the taste test of the melon. I can feel the softness. It's not squishy, but I can tell that it's ripe. So, and it's starting to get like little brown spots on it. So I need to be doing that today, but I'm going to wait one more day because I want to make sure that it's nice and ripe. And that's the Korean melon. Okay, now what I wanted to show you before I get off, I went to Value World actually the other day, and while I was there, I saw they had the tubs again. And I think they charge a little bit too much for the smaller tubs. Oh, y'all can see me now. See? See the pleats? But anyway, I got my grow light hung up in here. This is going to be for the cotton. This is where I had it the last time, since my cousin still hasn't come to get the tables. So I'm giving her until the spring of the year because I can use these tables to house my peppers, my overwintered peppers and the overwintered eggplant and basil that I have. So, but and then I have the stand-up grow light in the other room, and that's going to be to house actually nothing, really, to tell you the truth. Actually, I'll probably split everything in that other room. And then I'll be starting the peppers that I do grow, the varieties that I grow this year will be started in January, right at the beginning of the year. They said in the north, you should start seeding your peppers in January, not February like I did last year. I mean, I did good. Don't get me wrong. But I think January will be great. And then I have the space to do that. So yeah, I'll get them things to growing. So when I do put them out in the spring, they'll be a nice size and be ready to roll because they can't be put out until May after the last frost. Okay, so anyway, so the grow light in here is set up. Okay, so now, and I brought out some icicle radish and some pink beauty radish. They were saying that's good to amend your soil. They said just sprinkle the seeds out. M.I. Gartner was talking about it on yesterday. He said every gardener, if you have a blank bed, you should at least spread some radish seeds in there. It'll come up, it's cold tolerant, but it amends the soil he explained it. So just check out M.I. Gartner's latest video, which was uploaded on yesterday about the radish. So I was like, okay, I have radish, so I'll go on and plant it. Okay, and as you can see, it's been raining all day. It's cold. I did check the greenhouse momentarily. It was 70 degrees in there. It's only 60 something out here. And it's been rainy all day. Okay, but anyway, what I did was, and as you can see, the leaves are steadily coming back. But I went to Value World, and like I said, their tubs are like $5, which I think is too much. But that one right there, it was priced at $8, but I had a $5 off coupon. So I was able to get this tub for $3. And I said this would be perfect. And I have it on those smaller crates, but I'm gonna bring it up higher because I still have to bend. So I'm gonna put my regular crates underneath, probably 3 high or 2 high. And that way I will not have to bend. It'll be like a table for the deck. And they actually had 2 of those, but I missed out on one because when I saw them 3 days ago, they had 2 there and someone bought the other one, but I'm glad to have snagged that one. And so, and then, whatever, my containers and everything can go on the other side. And then I'm gonna buy some of that, they call it, I call it the PVC pipe stuff. I don't know what it's called. Jen, I know you can't answer, but I saw you did the video today where you went to North Carolina to get this other type that was like it. And I'm gonna make hoops. I said, then that way I can cover those hoops with my panels to keep the squirrels and other animals out. So that's where I'm gonna invest, this coming spring in that. So I did want to show you that. Oh, and then to the farmer's market story, and then I'm off of here. Okay, so yeah, I went to the farmer's market, got there early. First of all, the pawpaws. That was last week. Oh, I was so hurt because when I read the post, it was the last post that they posted. So I just knew they were talking about today. Didn't even look at the date. Because, sometimes posts don't have the date, and sometimes posts do have the date and it's so small. Sometimes you just see the post. So I was assuming that today was the class and the pawpaws and all that stuff. Come to find out, it was last week. So I missed it, but I won't miss it next year. Oh, I'm writing that in the journal. 3rd weekend or 4th week in September, pawpaw week, because they come from up north. In fact, there's a place called Pawpaw, Michigan, and that is the land of the pawpaw trees, okay? And I think that's why they named it Pawpaw, Michigan. But anyway, so therefore I missed it this year. But I get there and I wasn't there that long. I was just there. I had to find a friendly farmer. The lady with the shepherd's peppers, she was there and she had plenty of shepherd's peppers as well as pimento peppers and other varieties of sweet pepper. That lady, the last time, she didn't like me then and she didn't like me today. The look she gave me, because, last time she got all smart. You have to have cash or you have to get I think it was a $20 minimum to use the card. And I was like, nope, I'm not buying $20 worth of things and I'm not, doing cash either. And so, well, you will not be able to make a purchase. Okay, fine. I told y'all about that, I believe, when I went the last time. Well, today, I didn't ask her anything. I already knew, what the minimum was, but I saw that she had more things. And I was like, okay, now today, I would be willing to spend $20, with the card or whatever. And so I happened to look up, how you can feel somebody's eyes piercing through your skin because they're staring you down. I guess she thought I was going to steal. And so I turned around and she's glaring at me. I looked at her, glared back, and calmly turned around. I was like, you will never get my business. Either you give me a smile or at least pretend that you're being kind to me for that business, or else you don't get it. And I'm assuming she gets enough business to where she could do that. And that's fine. I have no problem with if somebody doesn't like me for whatever reason. I don't care. I can get away from you, but I'm not getting ready to give you my business either. Okay, so we went with that. We dealt with that business. And so then, where is this thing aimed? I don't know if it's aimed at me or nope. Okay. And so then after that, it was a few others. It was this one guy. He had some sweet peppers. No, he had hot peppers. And I saw the long hot that looked like the Italian ale and the long skinny hot ones. I think they call them cow peppers or something. He had them listed in the price, which wasn't a bad price. So I just asked him one simple question. I was like, "Do you have any sweet peppers?" "They're on the other end." Goodbye. Okay. So then finally I kept walking through. And so finally, there was this lady farmer, and I happened to be walking through, and I looked up, and she's smiling. She gave me a smile, and she was like, and she's way away from the other people, so she has no idea that I've dealt with terror, okay? Well, I'm not gonna say what I almost was about to say, but anyway, she smiled at me when I happened to glance up and caught her eye, or she caught my eye, or whatever, and she had a nice little smile on her face, and she was like, "Hello," and I was like, "Hi, how are you?" And so I walked over to her booth and I said, "Do you happen to have any peppers or any sweet peppers?" And she was like, "I sure do." And so then she walked over to where they were, and I asked her if she took cash or card. She said, I do take the card, but there's a $2 service charge." You know what? Today I didn't mind paying it because this lady presented herself as friendly, and I knew that I was going to, and I liked her prices too. So I knew I was going to give her my business. So I said, "Tell me you do." I was like, "Do you happen to have sweet Italian pepper?" She was like, "I most certainly do." And boom, took me right to them, and you see the result. And so, like I said, I bought those I paid $6 total, and then I gave her $2 extra. So technically I paid $8, the service fee. I think it was well worth it. You see how many peppers I got, and you see the quality and the quantity of the peppers. Okay, so then after that, I found the bee man finally. He wasn't there the last time. And so he told me on today, and he was very friendly, very, very friendly. So when I got to him, he told me on today that he comes every other week. He said towards the end of the summer. He said at the beginning, during harvesting time and all that of the honey, when he has a big slew of it, then he comes, every week. He said, but at the end of summer, he was like, "I'm here every 2 weeks." He said, "So I won't be here next week, but I'll be here the week after." I said, "And I will be back." He sells the honeycomb. Ooh, but the price. He wants $20 for a thing of honeycomb, but he did it the right way, because I've purchased honeycomb before that's full of wax. This honeycomb is not full of wax. You can eat it all the way. And then he has honey. Actually, I think instead of getting the bar of honeycomb paying $20, he has the quart size mason jar, the size where I have my vanilla, for I think it's like $15 for the quart size, and then for the pint size it was $5, which isn't bad. And then he has a smaller one, which is like $2. And so and he told me, he was like, "When you come back," he said, "you can take," because I told him, I was like, "I'm letting you know now, I can't purchase it today because, I said, I'm on a strict budget." I said, "But I will be back." I was like, "Oh, you can best believe you'll see me in 2 weeks." So anyway, he was like, "So when you come back," he said, "if you want to taste it," he was like, "I'll give you a sample of it and you can decide which one." Because he had buckwheat honey that was pollinated with buckwheat. He said people either love it or they hate it. So I'm going to definitely sample the buckwheat honey. He said it's more of an earthy taste and not as sweet. He said, but people who like it love it. He said, I cannot keep it on the shelf here. And then he had the flower pollinated honey. And then he had, what was the other one? It was like 3 different ones. So, and of course he had the dark honey, the light honey. Oh, and back to the one that's 15, he added honeycomb to the honey itself. So he said, if you like both, best of both worlds, the honey and the honeycomb, he said, check these out. And he showed me where he had taken the honeycomb, he cut them in strips, and he put like 4 strips in each quart of honey. So that's the one that's $17. And then if you want to buy the honeycomb by itself, then that's $20. I think I would do better getting the quart of honey with the honeycomb in it, because you all know honey doesn't go bad. So it would last forever. And then once I eat all the honeycomb out of it, then the honeycomb part is gone, but I'll still have honey. So he said that's the best of both worlds. In fact, that's the one he should be hitting for $20, and then the honeycomb he should be selling for $15. But I don't tell people how to run their business, because he knows what he's doing, okay? I just know I think I'm getting a better deal if I get that $17 quart of honey that has the honeycomb in it. So I will be going back. Okay, so that's it for today. I don't even know the minutes because I'm looking at the phone backwards. Let's see here. Ooh, 15 minutes. Okay, let me stop here. Okay, so this is part 2, and the completed meatloaf will be done in a short, you guys. So I will talk to you guys later. I'm sitting here crocheting. It's getting dark, and it's only 6:30. Wait, what time is it? I think it was 6:30 last time I looked. It is 6:46, and as you can see, it's getting dark. So next week, I think it's garden tear down time, definitely, because I'm going to butt up these onions. So I'll have 4 butts total, because I'm not buying any more onions. I'll buy some from the store and make more onion powder, because onions are the one item that you can still buy from the grocery store and dehydrate, and it's still just as good because it has the peeling over it. So any, pesticides or anything like that is still what you would consider organic, because it has the peeling on it. So it's covered, it's protected. So I saw that on a video. They were saying if you're going to dehydrate, they said the one thing that you can still dehydrate if it's store-bought is onion. So that's what I'll do the next time. So this should make me another little small thing of onion powder. And then with that, I'm gonna start 3 more onion butts and get those ready. And then next weekend, it should have enough root for me to put into the ground, because as you saw, it takes off really quick. The onion butt that I have now is only 6 or 7 days old. So if I start those onion butts, actually I can do that tomorrow. I can cut those off and get those started immediately. And that's what I'll do even before dehydrating the onions. And then I'll just wrap the onions in aluminum foil, and because I will be getting them dehydrated after. I'll probably start on them tomorrow, as a matter of fact, because my cousin's peppers are already cut and they're ready to go. In fact, I'm getting ready to line them up in the dehydrator now and get those started. So this time tomorrow, those peppers will be done. It's the onions that are going to take a full 24 hours. And that might not, because I have less onions than the last time. The last time I had 4 big giant onions. This time I have 3, standard size onions. So it may not take as long to dehydrate those. Okay, so now I'm getting ready to get off of here. But like I said, next week will be garden teardown week. I will take those crowder peas since they're blooming again, but it's cold. I'm going to take those into the greenhouse and squeeze those in so that they can finish going for me. And then other than that, everything else is coming up. I will get my peppers, and you'll see I'll be filming myself doing that during the week next week. I'll get my peppers taken out of the ground, soaked into hydrogen peroxide, and then repot it in a smaller pot, because they're just going to be Y branches for the winter. And then I'll get those brought in. The eggplant, I'm going to let those go a little longer since they have new blossoms in the greenhouse. And then the cotton, I'm going to let go a little longer because I can heat up that greenhouse if it starts getting cold. But the stuff that's outside, which are the peppers and that basil, I'm getting that in next week. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to get off of here and I'm going to start getting busy, because after I get my cousin's peppers on in the dehydrator, then I have to, after that, I will be cutting up my cabbage. That will be cooked tomorrow, but I'm cutting it up tonight and I'll refrigerate it. Then all I have to do is just put it in the pot tomorrow, cook it for a couple hours, and that's done for the second half of my dinner. I'm going to find out how to do this parsnip. I wonder if I could put some in the cabbage. I might do that. We'll see. And I'll let you know if I did that. And then I will be getting the I don't know, I may do those tonight, or I may wait until tomorrow. I need to get those Italian peppers cut so that those will be ready to go uh, after the onions. But I can cut those and put them in the freezer, and then they'll be ready to go when it's time for me to do those for my red pepper flakes. And then what's the other thing? I think that's it. Okay, so I'm rambling now. So I will talk to you guys later, and may God bless you all. Bye bye.